About to be a throwdown.
6 Street Fighter 6 Street
Give
Fighter
me your
6
best shot.
Street Fighter 6
About to be a
Street
throwdown.
Fighter
Come on, let's
6
play 'em.
Street Fighter
Give me your
6
best shot.
Street Fighter
Let your
6
instinct take
Street
control.
Fighter 6
Let the moment
Street
move you.
Fighter
Let's
6
play.
Fight till you can't fight no more. Street
Give me
Fighter
your
6
best shot.
Fight till you can't fight no
About
more.
to be a throwdown.
What is good, fellow gamers? It's Jester JE here to let you know it's gaming time. And today, I thought I would share some of my tips on how I learn a new character fast in Street Fighter 6. I have plenty of experience in learning new characters in this game, as I'm dedicating a week of ranked matches to each character on the roster for my YouTube videos. Each week, I'm playing a different character and trying to compete as best I can. So I've learned a couple tricks to speed up my learning process, and I'm going to share them with you now. Now, I use modern controls, but all of my tips will work for classic controls players as well. My advice isn't about controller type, it's about learning a little faster. Before we get started though, hello, I'm Jester JE, and my channel is all about three things: getting better at fighting games, making new friends, and chasing the thrill of the fight. I post daily videos to my YouTube channel of matches of my favorite fighting games. And if that sounds like a good time, make sure to give me a like and a subscribe. Those things are a big help for a small-time YouTuber like me. Now, let's get into it. Tip number 1. The first thing I'm doing if I'm trying to learn a new character is check out what the game has to offer as far as learning materials go. Now, Street Fighter 6 has these things called character guides, and they are such a great tool for learning about a new character. These guides show you what each move does in your character's kit and shows the situations you'll want to use that move. The later lessons even show you some game plan options when using your new character, which means you won't be starting from scratch in neutral when you're in your first couple of fights. A few things I always check out is what these tutorials say about anti-airs and what the supers of a new character can do. I always look for reliable anti-airs and projectile invincible supers so I can get some good punishes in some of my matches. You should see what your character can do. Tip number 2. Street Fighter 6 also has combo trials for your character, and that's the second thing I usually check out. These tell you some combos that work for your character, and they can be very helpful. One thing I will say is that combos aren't everything in this game, and it can be really easy to obsess over trying to do all the combo trials and then trying to only go for the optimum trials in a match. To me, that sounds like a frustrating time. I usually look for 1 or 2 combos in these trials that I can repeat on a regular basis, and I usually look for ways to deal with jumpers. I find if I get stuck on a trial, I might get frustrated if I repeat trying it too much. When you get frustrated, your brain has a hard time improving. So if you feel frustrated, take a break and come back to it later. Tip number 3. After you get some good ideas for your combos, you may want to watch other people play as your character. I know that may sound funny, but back in grade school, teachers would frequently show examples on how a new type of problem works so you could see what to do. This is the exact same concept. Street Fighter 6 has a replay feature built into its CFN menu. They recommend some matches they think you might learn something from, but you can also search for any match you might want. You can search by player, or by control type, or by skill level. Go look up some high-level matches with the character you're trying to learn. You may see a cool combination that you didn't think of on your own. You can also check out YouTube. I'm filming this on the first day Rashid is out, and there are already combo guides and high-level matches for me or anyone else to look at if they want to learn Rashid. Tip number 4. The next part of my method is just getting lots of matches with lots of different opponents. I get practice matches through the arcade, And I also go through the Battle Hub cabinet matches. It's important to get matches with just as many people as you can, but it's also important to keep these practice matches really low stake. Casual matches and Battle Hub matches don't really affect your ranked points, so go ahead and jump right in. If you find yourself getting frustrated, you probably won't be in a good headspace to improve, so make sure that you take breaks. Arcade mode lets you fight the computer and matches up with lots of different characters that you may not see in ranked matches. So you might want to start to learn what works and what doesn't there. Battle Hub cabinet matches are great because you are playing against real people, and they can be lots of fun. It's also nice that these matches don't affect your ranked points. It's the best place to test out strategies you picked up in the character guide and combo trials, but it's also a real match, so it pushes you to keep track of and manage all the different system mechanics, like drive, impact, and parry. I usually get sets of 5 to 10 matches with people and then move on to a different opponent. And that might be a good idea for you too. If I got 100 matches against one person, whether I won all of them or lost all of them, I could probably hone in some skills, but it might not help me adapt to new play styles as well. Certainly not as well as getting just a few matches with lots of different opponents. Street Fighter 6 has also been a very social game for me, and it should be for you too. There are really easy ways to add friends and join clubs and basically build a network of friendly people to fight and learn from. Find groups of people to get matches with that don't mind sharing advice. There's tons of people just like that out there in Street Fighter 6. Tip number 5. The most important thing to remember when you or anyone else is learning a new character in Street Fighter 6, though, is to remember that losing is part of the learning process and that you need to keep your head up. Every pro at this game or any fighting game has had to learn some hard lessons through tough losses. And if you want to get better at this game, you will have those moments too. Keep your head up. We are all going through that, and you aren't alone. This game has incredibly deep system mechanics, and even if you've been playing from day one, you still will be learning the more that you play. Focus on getting better. Don't focus on the wins and losses as much. Winning will eventually come, but as you are first learning a character, you'll just need to focus on making the right reactions at the right time and gradually improving your skills. If you get frustrated, take a break and come back to it later. To be honest, I usually only play matches for about an hour before I take a break. Then after I've had time to relax, I go back in for more. You will be in a much better headspace if you take frequent breaks and probably play a lot better as well. And hey, if you need some encouragement, come over to my YouTube channel or my Twitch and say hi. We can get some nice matches together and I'll cheer you on as I see you improve. Anyway, these are some of the tricks I have used to learn new characters and improve fast in Street Fighter 6. I hope they help you try a new character yourself and get some improvement going on as well. Make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Each like and sub both really help out a small-time YouTuber like me. And also check me out on Twitch. I frequently get matches with my viewers when they come through as I stream, and you should do that too. Anyway, folks, have a great night, and if you catch me out there in some fighting game between now and my next video, make sure you give me everything you've got.
About to be a throwdown.
6 Street Fighter 6 Street
Give
Fighter
me your
6
best shot.
Street Fighter 6
About to be a
Street
throwdown.
Fighter 6
Bam.
Street Fighter
Give me your
6
best shot.
Street Fighter
Let your
6
instincts take
Street
control.
Fighter 6
Let the moment
Street
move you.
Fighter
Let's
6
play.
Fight till you can't
Fight
fight
no
no
more.
more. Street
Give me
Fighter
your
6
best
Fight till you
shot.
can't fight till you can't fight no
About
more.
to be a throwdown.